Hey everyone, Julie Bartkus here, Workplace Transformationalist, and today I'm being joined by one of my clients, Suriani. Sue, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely my pleasure.
And Sue and I just spent an incredible 2 days together working with her team, so I thought it would be super fun to just recap the program and have everybody who's out there benefit from some of the things that we've been through the past 2 days. So as most of you know, I really go into workplaces to help you transform your team environments, and we did a lot of that over the past couple of days. But if you're here and you're joining us and you want to say hello, please leave us a note in the comments or give us a heart and give us a like. And I've twisted Sue's arm to come on with me and share some strategies, share some of her favorite parts of what we've been doing together. So Sue, and I like to see if people are joining us because then I know for sure my microphone's working and they could hear us. There's only been a couple of times where I've been speaking, people are like, your microphone's not working.
Oh,
so if you're here joining me and you could hear me, make sure you say hello and say, oh yeah, Julie, you're coming through nice, loud and clear. And that way I'll know that you can hear us and that we're not just talking to ourselves. Because when I travel, I'm traveling with a different camera. Excuse me, and a different microphone, so I'm always testing. Hey, Loretta, this is our Chief of Happiness. Loretta's here. Loretta, can you hear me? I just want to make sure that we're coming through loud and clear, so if you can hear me, please let me know that, yeah, we can hear you. And this is really cool because we'll see their comments come through.
Oh, that's nice.
So Sue hasn't done her own Facebook Lives yet. I'm encouraging her to get on Facebook and do some of her own lives. Hi, Julie and Sue. Okay, great. So Loretta, you can hear us? Yes? Yes? We'll wait to see. I think Loretta can hear us, and I think it's safe to say that, yeah. So if you're here joining us, let us know where you're tuning in from. Say hello. We'd love to see you. And also give our video a like and a heart, and we'll share with you more and more strategies. But we've been going through awesome. Loretta, thank you. And we've been going through an amazing 2 days together, really working on leadership, working on stress, working on transforming your team environment. So I want to ask Sue, well, let me ask you this first of all. Why did you start working with me?
Well, working with you from day one, it was, you made the whole process very easy of, opening up and talking about what the issues are, and it was a smaller setting. I think that was another reason. In a big crowd, I think you get kind of lost. So there was more connection one-to-one, and we were able to progress and see the improvements as we went.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I know we met at one of my conferences, back a couple years ago?
Yes.
And one of the things we started working on right away was the vision piece and your story. And that's continued to evolve to this day, right?
It has.
Yeah.
It has.
So tell me about our past 2 days together. What were some of your favorite parts that we did? Because I think your team was incredibly receptive and incredibly coachable, and I think we got through a lot of stuff in the past couple of days, and the days went by very fast.
We did.
But what were some of the big takeaways or things that were your favorite parts of the program? And nice and loud for our camera.
I think I liked the part where I shared my story and my vision with everyone, but then you went back to the team and kind of had them analyze, what is it you liked, what worked for you, what connection you made with me in the story or the vision, kind of breaking it down into steps that made more sense, actually started making more sense even to me, and made sense for the whole team together. And I think we grasped the concept a lot more over these 2 days with you. So Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. What we teach is that the vision is really the core of your organization, and to quickly re-engage your staff, you've got to engage them with the vision. But the problem with our vision is that it becomes just this high-level statement that a lot of people don't engage with. So it's like, oh, we wrote the vision and there it is. So what we did is we helped them identify key words in the vision that they could really engage with and relate to, so that they could take that connection that they felt with the vision back to their workplace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and we'll talk more about some of the activities that we did, but what do you think are the I don't know, the biggest outcomes that we achieved. So we did a lot, from stress to team building to them getting to know each other better to more collaboration to setting goals and boundaries. So I don't know.
I think one of the big change that I saw was people coming out of their comfort zones and taking a step, to challenge themselves to speak up and express themselves, which they may not have done ever before. So that was a great opportunity for, it was a closed, group, just our team together, and they shared what was in their heart and opened up, and I feel very confident now they will be able to go back with a lot more tools to help them, move forward in their career and professionally.
Yeah, and I really like the growth that I've seen out of them in the past 2 days, because this is true. Your success, you're only going to be as successful as your leadership team is. And a lot of our leaders out there are struggling with their own confidence, with feeling comfortable doing different things. So what I really challenged them to do was to get uncomfortable so they could feel comfortable in different situations. And I always go in and say, we're in partnership in this. I am going to challenge you. There are going to be times where you're not going to like me, and that happens, and I'm okay with that. But in the long run, we really see such tremendous growth in such an incredibly short period of time.
Yes, and personally, I've seen that change in myself from the time we started 2 years ago. I hadn't shared my story with anyone. And now I've shared it with my team, with a lot of my staff members, and we are, growing and progressing on those lines.
Yeah, and you are a multi-site owner, and you have 6 centers.
Yes.
Yep, here in the Florida area. And I'll leave it up to you if you want to tell more about your program. But I have seen tremendous growth in you as well, because when we first met, I remember a conversation, you tgoing about having a spokesperson to share your vision or to talk to whoever needed to be talked to, because you were feeling like, oh, who's going to really listen to me? And now you're up there in front of your entire staff, sharing stories, sharing vision. We'll get you doing Facebook Lives next.
Yes.
So I think the confidence boost was a huge, huge outcome from these past couple of days. Yeah, what else would you say was another big outcome? And think about all the different things. I encourage our viewers out there, whether you're listening live with us or listening to the replay of this, to really think about what a more confident team would mean to the success of your childcare business. Think about how they have to sell the vision, sell tours, sell enrollments, and even sell each other on solutions that they're trying to implement. And we had people in the team who approached me and said, you know what? I'm not very good at participating. I tend to be the one who likes to curl up in a corner and not say anything. But through the techniques and strategies I implemented, day number 2, they were making mini presentations by themselves in front of the room. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and I also saw a big shift in their mindset by the second day, of how they were thinking and expressing themselves. And I think they got a good idea of what they need to do different to make it a better place for themselves and for the families and the staff that we all work with.
Absolutely, yeah. And another thing that I really liked were some of the stress management, emotional intelligence techniques that we talked about. Can you share with us some more pivotal moments that maybe some ahas that you had when it came to some of those exercises that we do? So, your vision's the core, and then in our childcare business success model, that's surrounded by your mindset and then your people. So those are some 3 critical components that we're always working on, is what's our vision, our mindset, and our people. Because if we're surrounding ourselves with the wrong people, it's really going to collapse our mindset, which is going to collapse the vision. And this is where people get super disengaged with their jobs, and they just show up to do their work and go home, get a check, and that's it. They become robotic.
Yeah, I liked the exercise we did around our vision statement of, picking the keywords from there and representing that in some kind of form on a paper. And then we worked as a team to sell our vision, first to ourselves and then to the other team. So from our vision statement was like taking our vision statement, we inspire children to have curiosity, independence, and a lifelong love of learning, to be better contributors in the community and the world we live in. So we created this heart-shaped globe. We picked the words from our vision, and then we had the hands around it, and then we created a song around that. So I think that really tied in how the vision means, what it means, and how we want to implement it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of times in our organizations, we have a vision, and then we're like, oh, isn't that cool? It's on a piece of paper. I know it. Or sometimes we don't know it, but it's on a piece of paper. But how do you keep your vision alive, and how do you keep that growing and expanding? And we did a lot of exercises, especially yesterday, to really help that vision grow and expand and just become something that's a dynamic force in your organization. So why don't you tell us a little bit? I think what it would really be cool to hear is, we deal with a lot of problems, and today we were listing out all these problems on a flip chart, and we came up with 3 flip charts filled of problems, from cell phones to gossip to tardiness, parent issues. So we had 3 flip charts filled. What do you think it is that they gain that they're going to take away to help them really knock out all of those issues?
I think one of the biggest takeaway was to first project, yourself as a positive person with a positive mindset, and to focus more on the positivity than the negative. So if I come from that place of, I believe in you, thank you for showing up, for being in our center to help the children and our families. And if we have that mindset, that will, catch on with all the staff. And it's like starting, from the ground up. You make the change to yourself first, and then you'll see that change filter through to everyone.
Yeah. And so much of what we talked about overlapped from hiring staff to firing staff to how to effectively evaluate them and to inspire them to grow every single month, and and how progressive improvement is really a motivator in itself. So we looked at a lot of strategies to really help inspire them to progressively grow and to grow their staff. And one of the things I love that I teach that comes out is that, your staff is never really going to expand or exceed your own mindset. So if your mindset is here, you're only going to get staff who are here. So that's why we have to keep growing and growing and growing the mindset, so our staff can keep up-leveling and up-leveling and up-leveling. Yes. Well, that was pretty good. So let's see. I want you to think about a couple of individual people without mentioning names, and think about how they were at the start of the program and at the end. What did you see that was different? Because some people will say, Julie, what you're talking about takes 6 months, to really change. And I think that we can, get results in record time if you really grasp the concepts and ideas. And you can even maybe make some comments on my teaching style. Do we get people to those places pretty quick? Does it take a long time? So, really think about some of the people who, they made some tremendous transformations happen, and maybe tell us a little bit about that. So we talked about confidence. Anything else?
I think the way you lead them through the exercises, making them think through it to come up with the answers, by first, posing the question to them. And that gets the, wheels turning.
So we're always empowering your team to think.
Yes. So this results in, them having the answers. It's just that they didn't look deep enough for the answers. So those exercises that you took our team through, I think we all benefited from that a lot, and we want to, keep going down that path.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and I always say that the change that you want to transpire in your organization, it doesn't have to take a huge amount of time, but it does take consistent effort and reinforcement. And this is why I love to partner with our owners to say, well, it just doesn't stop at the presentation. You know, then we have to talk about how are we going to reinforce these things continuously as time progresses, because it's so easy to go back to the old way of operating and forget everything that we just went through the past couple of days. So we really want team members to be empowered. But I think what I really like, this is what I get a kick out of, is when you think you have staff members who aren't going to change. Maybe they're not confident, maybe they don't have the right skills in place, maybe whatever. I love coming in and teaching and saying, like, look at where they were and look at where they're at now, so that our owners and even directors can see the possibilities in their people in a very healthy way that inspires them to grow even more.
Yes, absolutely. It does. It's a constant, like, process, you know, where you want to grow and learn, and the process really doesn't stop at any time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and imagine what it, you know, feels like to share your story and then have your staff go, oh my God, I so connected with that. And I so connected with that. And a story is really the backbone of the vision, which really is the fastest way that I know to re-engage a team or to re-engage parents. So can you read some of our comments? Can you see those? I put on my glasses. Let's see what they're saying. So Loretta, okay. So Loretta says, Sue, I'm proud of you. I see and hear such a positive change in your voice since we met 2 years ago. Such exciting growth. Thank you, Loretta. I'm going to like your comments. Can I give her love?
Yes.
I'll give her love back.
Love, yes.
Yeah, this is Jeff Fisher. Local childcare marketing. I'm like, oh, what's Jeff's company's name? Congratulations, Sue. Julie brings a unique process she's developed to help you and your team. You sound so excited. And Daniela, thanks for joining. Oh, I should give Jeff a love. Jeff is a huge childcare advocate, so everybody should get to know Jeff Fisher. Daniela and Kelly, thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions for Sue, she just spent 2 days with me. Feel free to post those in the comments. And if you're watching the replay still, post in the comments, and I'll see what I can do to get your questions answered. And if you're here watching this, getting some good information, give us a like, give us a heart, and that will help get this video out to others who can benefit from it as well. But I'm incredibly excited to see where you and your team grow from here, and I know the process isn't going to stop. But there's certain things that we really look at, and one of the things that I love taking a look at is how are your performance evaluation forms? What are you doing monthly to support your team? And a lot of times your directors or your leaders will say, yeah, we're doing that, but they're not really doing it in the right steps that are going to get results. So even if we tweak the process by 10%, to get them more effective results, it's going to motivate them to keep on instead of feeling the burnout and the stress that's saying it's not working, nothing's working, this is just the way it is. So I really want to move teams beyond thinking that this is the way it is in the childcare industry to really being exceptional and being that childcare program that has a line of quality staff waiting to work for you and a line of enrollments coming in. So is there anything else you'd like to tell folks about, I don't know, having a program with me, or just anything about the experience?
Yeah, I would definitely say Julie brings a lot of value to these professional development kind of settings, you know, where she walks you through, breaks it down into smaller steps, I should say. So it kind of makes sense as you go along, and it really gives you all the tools needed to succeed in your, not only your professional, but your personal life as well.
Do you feel like you gained some new information?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. We all did.
There was lots of new information, so we got through lots of stuff. All right. And I also want to say, and can I show this to people? Yeah. I have a secret over here. I want to show it. Does anybody want to see it? If you want to see it, say, oh, yeah. But Sue, I snuck into her office yesterday after our program. Well, I didn't really sneak. Okay, so Ace let me in. We found a box, and I'm going to show you what was in the box. But Sue is a member of our childcare program of excellence, and she was recently featured on the cover of our childcare program of excellence magazine, which is a magazine that she can now give out to parents who come in and tour or the community. Not sure how to get this to display the best. Yeah, there we go. But this is actually something that you can give to the community or to parents who come in and tour. So on the front is Sue and her picture. On the back is all the information about her program, her logo. That turned out pretty good, didn't it?
It did.
Nice. And then on the inside is just all kinds of just different tips and strategies to help parents. So it's just a little magazine, 12 pages or so. 12 characteristics of a high-quality childcare program, how to spot the red flags. And our mentorship members actually wrote a lot of these articles that we had edited and then compiled into this magazine. Oh, and there's Sue in the back, too, featured with her story. How does it feel to have this magazine? It looks beautiful.
It's very good.
Woo! How do you guys like that? So if you're interested in mentorship, I would definitely send me a private message. It's a program for owners to come be a part of. But in the process of your owners being a part of this program, your directors also get support. And maybe we could talk about that, a little bit of the holistic approach that we have with our mentorship. So if you're looking for a program that not only supports you, the owner, in your growth, and supports your directors as well, I encourage you to private message me about the Child Care Program of Excellence, and we'd love to chat with you and see if you would be a good fit. There is an application process involved in becoming a mentorship member, but let me ask you, how has the process of being a mentorship member benefited you, or what have you liked about it? Because I know we've had you and your leaders come out to a few of the events that we have, and we've also been encouraging them to join in on our power hours, and we have our owner power trainings on video.
Mm-hmm.
So what has that been like for you?
I mean, we went to some of the trainings and we benefited a lot. We were in Lake Geneva, we were in St. Petersburg, but the only thing that I felt we were missing was that our whole team could not be there. So those who went, they benefited, but not everyone made it. So this is why I wanted you to come here, so you could train us all together in one, setting all together. So that was very helpful.
Yeah, and I think it's very powerful when you do on-site programs. And what was I going to say? A lot of times I call my programs, like we're doing the Create Your Dream Team experience in March. And we like to call it an experience because I believe that what we create is an experience you have to go through, meaning it's not a series of notes that you could just go back and share with everybody. So imagine if over the past 2 days you were in session with me and you had a bunch of notes, would you be able to go back and give your team the same experience? Mm-hmm. So does it feel like an experience to you and something that they should all just take part of and go through?
Yeah, absolutely. There's always something that you can learn. Everyone will have different levels of, where they need the help and the coaching. But I definitely feel there is a lot to gain out of this.
Yeah, I think so too. So another opportunity that we have for you is we're doing our Create Your Dream Team experience in Vegas, March 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And I would absolutely love for you to come on out and join us. And I'll come back and put the link in here. But also, if you're interested, shoot me a private message. And if you're an owner, a private message to hop on a discovery call with me is where we could start the process. So Jeff says nothing better than having a roadmap to keep you on track, crafted by the two of you. Yeah, that's true. I agree. And then Daniela, I haven't done evaluation forms in a while. What would be your suggestion in how to start everyone? 11 classrooms, 20 teachers, get some coaching time in, but it's not overwhelming and takes 3 months. Yeah, right? So if you haven't done evaluation forms in a while, I really suggest that you start doing one-on-one meetings where you can provide that positive and direct feedback. We do opportunity of growth forms, and I know, Danielle, you've been on calls with me before, or these video chats where I've mentioned those, and we are going to be showing you examples in Vegas, so I strongly encourage you to come out to that so that you can really see sample forms, sample handbooks, all that kind of stuff to help you make, to help you really implement this. But if you haven't done it in a while, you could start off with a shorter evaluation form. So I'm not sure what the specific of the question is, but if it's, overwhelming to you to go now and do 11 classrooms of teachers, you could just break it up but I would also communicate your goal with your staff, that this is what the expectation could be. And we did some work on goal setting today too, because a lot of times we say we want staff members who are setting and achieving goals, but yet we don't have a process in place for setting and achieving those goals, especially impactful goals that will make a difference. So it's really important that you talk to your staff about the process that you're going to be implementing. And one of the things that I reiterated over and over was that it's really important to under-promise but over-deliver. Under-promise, and that's like old customer service saying, nothing new, but it's important to do with your staff as well, where you under-promise and you over-deliver. So talk to your staff, let them know what you're going to be implementing, and then follow through on your plan, or even go above and beyond. So I'm not sure if there's any specific questions, Danielle, there that I can answer for you. Is there anything that you want to add about performance evaluations that we may have touched on today that might help?
Actually, that was one of my resolution by the end of the meeting, that I was not doing this on a regular basis myself with my director. So I made a resolution that I will start one-on-one on a regular basis and
go from there.
Go from there, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. Danielle said yes. The follow-through is hard, and I like that. Under-promise and over-deliver. All right. Is there anything else that we should add? I think this is pretty good. Did you guys? I hope you guys benefited from this. Please let me know. Heart, like, comment. I could do come back and read through the comments even after the live video has wrapped up. So I'd love to hear from you. But I'm on a mission to really help you solve the super problem in the childcare industry, which is about having your dream team in place, you know, and how do you handle the staff motivation issues that constantly pop up. And we want to help you and your directors get your time back, reclaim your time, and really have a motivated team in place to support your vision and to be alive with the vision, so it's not just something that's on a piece of paper. And like I said, a couple of opportunities for you. We've got a mentorship you could be part of. We also have the Create Your Dream Team experience, and also owners, you can hop on a discovery call with me and get the relationship started. They won't be sorry, right?
Pardon me?
They won't be sorry, right?
No.
You know, and I really want to help you experience a total team transformation. And I really believe that authentically and genuinely happy staff means higher profits, faster enrollments for your childcare program. You agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap up our live broadcast because we're supposed to get to the beach.
Yes.
Sunny Fort Myers, Florida. All right, Sue, great job.
Thank you, Julie.
And thank you all for tuning in. And I will come back through and read the comments, but come join us in March. You might get to meet Sue. She might be coming as well. But if not, you'll see her at a mentorship meeting in the future. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much, Sue, for doing this.
Thank you,
and thanks for everybody. Thanks for your comments, Danielle and Jeff. And did I miss anybody? I'm not sure. But love you guys. Thanks for watching.